Whoosh. Whoop. Whatever that was. G'day. This 1985 Toyota LandCruiser Diesel has stood here unstarted for at least 18 months. Will it start and run? Let's find out. Well, you last saw me start this way back in August 21 during one of the lockdowns. Little backstory about the car. The only reason I ever took it off the road, probably 5 years ago now, is because I had so many registrations to pay, so many vehicles. Otherwise it was running fine. Unfortunately, as time has gone on, it's changed a little bit since when you may have seen it, when it was almost ready to paint and sell, which was my main idea all along. Now last time was about 3 years ago, or thereabouts, and I'd spent a week again fixing up all this rust on top there, and I was ready to paint, and then I had a heart attack. And of course the advice was to not do anything for a couple of months. Well, those couple of months have gone on and on and on, so now it's going to take an awful lot of work to get it back to the point that I was. Anyway, such is life. So let's have a look around. I have acquired a new battery for it, or a donated battery. Thank you, Lynn, if you ever see this, because that's the main reason I haven't started it for so long. Let's have a look in the back here. Oh, Queensland, the smart state. Used to say Sunshine State. Maybe that's why they changed it to the smart state. Anyway, those number plates are null and void because I deregistered it a few years ago. Here we go. Oh, wrong way. It does have power door locks, but currently there's no battery connected. That might be the way. Oh yeah. Oh, it's stuck. Oh. Alright. Okay, so I actually bought this from an auction some years back, probably, well over 10 years ago, and it was already set up as a camping, setup. You see there's a cage there for your pet tiger. They even had a board put there, I guess, for cutting fish, because somewhere, it's probably almost gone now. It's almost gone. There's a sticker that says they went to Cape York, which is at the top of Queensland. So anyway, a while back when we had a new hot water system replaced and put outside the house, I was told to put all my boxes in out of the way. So see some boxes there. So here is what came with it when I bought it. It's a 12 disc CD stacker. It will come out if it had power. It goes to the Alpine stereo that was put in. And there's a fire extinguisher. Always handy. Just got enough charge in it still. Really handy because if you're driving along and you see a house fire, you can just stop and put out the fire. Anyway. Yes. Unfortunately, all the window tinting has degraded very badly, so I'll peel all of that off when I finally get to the stage again of selling it. Goodness knows when that'll be. Probably should have done this on my phone. Anyway, diesel fuel only. I actually paid someone to print that for me, because believe it or not, there was no such sticker online. Now my worry is there won't be any diesel left. Oh, can't see down there. It didn't have much. I did put a jerry can full in a couple of years ago. Get on there. Oh, right. Which I will probably do again. So it's a good old beast. but just very slow. I was actually very proud to get a speeding ticket once to prove I could exceed the speed limit. Unfortunately, it's degraded a bit just sitting here. Like, there's the power door lock switch has just fallen off. And this is something that people, well, I'm often telling people about cars. People think, there's the switch, that's where I put it. I'm always telling people that they think when people find cars in the barn, you know, with only a few 100k on them, or miles, they think, great. No, if you do not maintain and use vehicles, they deteriorate quite fast. Things like rubber perish, plastics, everything. So whenever you've seen one of those cars, they need a total ground up rebuild. It's not quite the case here. So, right, so anyway, it's 338,000 kilometres, which I guess is, without calculating it, I don't know, 200 miles, 200,000 miles, I'm not sure. I forgot about this, I put a steering lock on. But, yep, that's basically the inside of it there. Little inclinometer, which when the vehicle tilts, or tilts either way, that actually moves, but I can't show you that today. So that's it. Very reliable. There's even a... Oh, get stuck here. Oh, this is awkward. There's even a heater back here for your feet. Oh, that's now jammed on a bit too. Need some RP7. Yeah, so you could probably put about 15,000 people in here. A little worse for wear than last time I used it. But there we have it. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Look, I noticed this recently. It's been sitting so long, talking about things perishing. The rubber on the tyre has actually destroyed itself. So when I get to that stage, I'll probably either be asking for donations for tyres. We'll see what I can find. Have a quick look underneath. Okay, so it's a good spot for the cat. The cat likes sitting under there. Anyway, to the business end of things, look at all this. See what I mean? Look. Oh man. None of that was like it last time I opened this up. You get little leaks past the seals there. Another good reason to keep seals clean. Look. All tons of extra work I'm going to have to now do. Great. Pull the bonnet latch or hood for your Americans. What I'm going to do, because it has been so long, normally when I get a spare battery I'll just start it straight away, but on this occasion, if I remember how to do it, I don't know how to do it actually. Not familiar. Dual battery. Right, well maybe I can't. My plan was to just wind it over a few times, because without using the glow plug to start it, but to build up some oil pressure, but there's no way to turn the glow plug on and off. It's automatic. Well, we'll see what we can do. Let's go check out the business end. May as well show you inside the other doors while I'm here. There you go. That's what that one looks like. I guess the glove box, as we call it in Australia. Well, there's that brand new door handle I bought to fit, which I haven't fitted. There's some sundries in there that I've carried around. What's this thing? Oh, the old petrol cap. Handy. sit up there. What? There we go. And then, oops, before I unlock it, that one also works. Oh, handles come astray. Yes, anyway, all part of the fun with cars when you don't maintain them. Alright, oops, where's the latch gone? Prop that up there. So, it no longer looks as nice as it once did. But that's what happens, isn't it? Come around here. Oh. Whoa. Oh. Drop it's too tight. That'll do. Oh. There we go. Okay. Oh well. This is where the main battery goes. Over that side is where the second battery goes. So I guess we'll get that battery that's charged up overnight and see how it goes. Well, this battery's been on charge since yesterday. So let's take it off charge and see what the voltage is. So we take him off charge. I've got a green light there saying the battery's okay. Let's see what it says. 13.34 volts or thereabouts. That's plenty. Trouble is, we don't know how much amperage is left in the battery, but let's have a go. It's always a good idea to use a battery post cleaner to get the terminals nice and bright for a good connection. And sometimes use this part to clean the clamps for the battery. Ugh. Lucky this one has a go handle on it. It's still heavy. Not by any means the heaviest battery I've had in here. Anyway, let's see what we can put him down there. Okay. Also, the thing doesn't quite line up. You bugger. Let's whip out our handy crescent wrench. Yeah, Americans know these as crescent wrenches, but that's because that's the brand. This is one I've had for, well, since I was a teenager. Shit, let's get that crap out of me. Way too small. This is the trouble when you change batteries around a lot. Oh man. Oh, crikey. Don't do this at home. I'm sure none of you have ever done that, right? Well, just to test, it'll start. We'll call that correct. Now, auto electrician friend of mine once told me, always get these cables and tap them on the side of the post. I forget why, but I'm sure he had a good reason. No fire. Oh, also doesn't reach. Oh dear. All good fun. Okay, right. Oh, it reached. Don't do this at home. Alright, do it at home. Anyway, it's just there for a start. Bit of a test. I guess, well, I guess there's not much else to do, given that we can't crank it and I certainly am not built like Arnold Schwarzenegger to turn it over. As you probably know, most of you, diesels do not have spark plugs. So it's not like you can take the spark plugs out and lower the compression. Let's check the oil. Should be okay. Oops. Well, it has oil in it. Obviously I'll change it before I ever get round to selling it. So yeah, unfortunately it's not looking as good as it once was. This is where the second battery goes. I don't need it, but it's good for accessories. This one even had a plug in the back for running accessories, so they must have had it pretty kitted out. Whole lot of leaves there, and the engine bays certainly look better in its time. It is what it is. I guess we'll go inside and see what we can do. Fortunately, I discovered that on the keyring I do have this little steering lock thing. Let's get in. Oh, warm in here. Last time I did this, it was winter time, about nearly 2 years ago. It's not winter anymore. Okay. So I guess, oh, alright. That's in neutral. This is obviously four-wheel drive. Guess what we can do is just see. Okay. Well, the preheat light's on and went off again, which is glow plugs. Battery voltage doesn't look good. Oh, we've only got the right battery. I suppose let's just try it. Push the clutch in to make it a bit easier on it. No, bugger. I'm not sure if that's just because the battery doesn't have enough oomph, which I was fearing, or whether the ground is bad. Oh, whoop, whatever that was. Something happened, scared me. Let's try again. Oh, okay, it's just flat. Look. Bugger. The voltmeter's working. Fuel is about where I suspected it would be. Empty or sub-empty. We have lights, have wipers, is a good way of telling. Oh, no, she's pretty flat. Oh, just stiff. Right. And the stereo. Well, that was jiggling around last time too. Well, that is unfortunate. Really unfortunate. See, not enough charge, which is probably why they told my friend she should replace the battery. It needs to come up a bit more. I did hear it. Well, you heard it wind over. Just a couple of degrees, so looks like everything's intact, just not enough charge. Well, that's probably the end of this video for now then. Well, here then, just a slight roar. Could be a bad ground, but battery's definitely pretty well dead. If we could just get it to kick over, I'd be happy. Man, you wonder sometimes if things will ever be on your side. You ever had that feeling? I bet you have. Well, just too low. Well, wouldn't it tear the fork out of your 90? One way to build up oil pressure. Plus I think I can smell something. Hang on. Might be burning starter motor. It's should probably check that. I don't think we're getting anywhere. Well, that sucks. That sucks. No fire. Oh, warm. We've got the brake fluid, I can see that. Yep. Brake fluid. So that's good. I have a kit for some brand new, overhaul kit for the front disc brakes, but funnily enough they've never fitted themselves yet. Yeah. The clutch master cylinder likewise has fluid. That's good. The windscreen washer bottle, well, I didn't see that. So there we are, good old 6-cylinder diesel, the old clacky diesels that I love. Very reliable. You literally can drive these without, well, only just the battery to run things, but yeah. So if you do ever, I've encountered this once before, if you do ever have problems, check those grounds above the fuel rails there, because if there's a problem there, you'll get a no start condition as well. Oh, it really sucks. And well, frankly I don't think that just charging it again will help. I could use my smart charger and try and recondition it, which I guess is my only option. Alright, I suppose we'll do that and see where we go. Maybe a quick look underneath as well, the front. There we go. Not too much rust at all, to be honest. A little bit of surface rust, that's it, which is one saving grace. Well, let's see what we can do about a battery. Just for the hell of it, I've tightened those up properly, which I should have done first anyway. I don't think it'll make any difference, but let's have a go. Really disappointing with the preheat light. Maybe the switch is a bit no good luck. No. Alright, let's go charge it. Okay, so a new day. I've stuck in this battery, it's really ancient, that I put on charge. I have the other battery charged up. I don't think this will work because, well, if I ever get round to it one day, I will make a video on restoring old batteries, which isn't the case here. So if I ever do that, it'll be in the links. But anyway, I don't think there's enough charge. I thought maybe two of them together might work, but probably not. Let's have a go anyway. As the guy in Vice Grip Garage says, if it works, is it really a dumb idea? Guess we'll find out. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put both. Now that's dual battery. Maybe I should have done that before. Doesn't seem to be making any difference, does it? Oh. So that's battery right. I labelled them once. That did say dual battery. Doesn't seem to make any difference. Push the clutch in to help. And same. No surprise there. Well, I guess it's down to grabbing the battery out of the Ford, which is a bit of a pain, but that's life. I meant to show you too. I'll just show you. I'll get out of the vehicle here. On the side issue, why things like vans, rust, vans, SUVs, whatever you want to call them. It's supposedly because, am I filming? Yes. Supposedly because, if you can see that vast area of metal and condensation from heat, etc., rises, and when it rises, it leaves water, and water turns into rust. Anyway, oh, by the way, for our American viewers, that's what's called clothes hanging on the line to dry, which I don't believe is a very common thing, but most areas of Australia, especially where we get some sun, it's a common thing. Doesn't use any electricity, and you get the benefits of the sun. Okay, well, disconnect all this and get the Ford battery. Well, I've wrestled the battery out of my Ford Fairmont gear, put them in there, disconnected the other one. So, short of anything going wrong, like having to need to bleed the injectors because there's no fuel in the fuel rails, or possibly one other time there was an electrical connection somewhere, I think we're right to start. I hope so. Let's have a look. Touch wood, fellas and fellads. Guess we'll get in. So this has been a long time between starts. Not by choice. I used to start it every... Oh, we have dome lightage. Used to start it every week, but well, without a battery, not a lot you can do. Oh, I might move the seat forward too. How do I do that? I've forgotten. Wow. Yeah, somewhere there's a lever. Oh, I can kind of reach. Alright. Wish me luck. Okay, so I've got the battery on there. Let's check volts. What? Oh, it's coming up. We'll put that on. Alright. Turned it to battery right. Hasn't come up a lot though. I think there might be possibly a ground issue, but well, let's try. And there we go. You can't beat the old diesels. There we go. Very nice. I'll probably let the clutch out now. Alright, so we have fan. Yes, we have aircon. Oi. Alright. Well, we don't have a lot of fuel, that's for sure. But the voltage is, I don't know, probably best to clean up the ground connections. But we've got voltage. Anywho, it was enough. So it's a very hot day today. I'd love to have a swim, but I'm currently sporting an ear infection, which is never good. What was I going to say? I have no idea. I guess we'll build up the good oil pressure. Oh, you saw that oil pressure. So that's not a problem. Yes, so one day I will maybe make the video about reconditioning batteries, but I will never put anything online that's remotely dangerous. There are topics I could make and have been able to make for years, but I've decided they're a little bit too dangerous, so I won't ever do that. That's for your safety. So I guess let's move forward and backwards a bit. And okay, bearing in mind there's currently no brakes either, so let's carefully go forward. Whee! And a little bit throttle. There we go. Whoop, a little bit more. A little bit more. There's a big hole. Might help to put the bonnet or hood down as well, so I don't run into the clothesline. Alright, let's go and do that. She's a runner. Nice little indentation there. And oops, not turning off. Oh, right. Okay, that's unusual. It's like it's dieseling. Okay, here's an event I wasn't expecting. I think we'll go and address that. I think we're going to need a stool. I'd say it's a dirty ignition switch, but if I recollect properly, we should be able to shut it down and get a special lever there, like that. Phew. Okay, need to clean the ignition switch. That was momentarily frightening. Let's just for a test try that again. Okay. Okay. Once she starts, that's the number one thing. But well, let's done it again. Alright, that's unusual. Well, we know the fix. Let's go shut it down. Like that. Also, I tested the alternator while it was running with the multimeter, and it was charging, so yeah. And it has blinkers. That's what we call indicators in Australia. Well, I'll be. By the way, I sprayed some contact cleaner around, and now the stereo works as well. Very good. So we have disc, tape, and radio. A few minutes soaked with RP7, WD-40, and this little fella works again too. That's the heater for the rear seat passengers, which works quite well, I can assure you. Excellent. Check out my little trick, by the way, of snugging up your battery clamp when it's loose, like some of them are. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Approximately 2 years I haven't started this Toyota LandCruiser, and as you saw, it verifies again why you really should use vehicles when you can, as often as you can. But minor thing, no problem. Alright, cheers, and I'll see you in my next video.